Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. Today we are very, very privileged to have a special guest, and he is none other than Mr. Edwin Lee. Give him a big round of applause, please.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you.
And we have been planning this for quite some time, really. In fact, for months.
Months.
And finally get to really sit down and do this. So it's my privilege to have Edwin, who I've known for 8 years already.
Almost 10. Yeah.
Almost 10.
Yeah.
Almost 10. And I'll share with you how.
You're revealing our age now.
Oh, okay. And then we're going to talk mainly about branding and why is it so important for all of us in the industry as a professional, and especially for those who are in financial as well, right? And to all of you who have known me, thank you so much for joining in. And for those who have been following Edwin, thank you also for tuning in at this particular time, because it's a Friday evening. Yeah. And we know that since it's a CMCO time, you could have spent your time with your family. You could have maybe watched a video, watch a movie at home, but you choose to come here. That means that shows that you are either a very good friend of ours or that you are really, really eager to learn one thing or two from Edwin himself, right?
Well, I also got to learn from you.
So today is not going to be like just, question and answer. We have a host, we have a guest. It's more like a conversation now, okay? Yeah. We make it more casual. More casual. And for those who have questions, right, feel free to also send in through the chat, whether you're watching from Edwin's profile or my own profile on my own page. Feel free to type in the question. We will have allocated some time at the end of the session. It's going to be like 1 hour plus and minus. So at the end, we will answer to those questions and also give you some heads up. Okay, we are less than 1 month to 2021. So what is the highlights for today? Edwin is going to be talking a little bit about the tips on how you can invest as well. Okay, I will be talking about branding. That's what I do, right? And also bounce some ideas off him. Okay, so do stay tuned until the end because we have some freebies allocated just for you. All right, so thank you for joining in again, and feel free to share to your friends who would like to learn one thing or two about branding, about financial, professional, how you can improve your self-image, improve your overall image, and also feel free to also share with the friends who are people who have known Edwin and myself as well. All right, so before I begin, later on I'll ask him a lot more questions. Before I begin, do you know actually how did I meet Edwin? So this is the time where I share with you. I met Edwin in the most bizarre way. Okay, so as I reviewed to Kevin just now, I actually met him in a petrol station, and I asked him for his phone number, and he gave me his phone number. Now, okay, just be sure, we are both straight, yeah?
I'm not sure the time. I was asking, are you a gay? Or
yeah, so I saw him in a petrol station in Damansara Perdana, right?
Somewhere around there. It's supposed to be HP. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Occasionally, I still go there. So, I was looking for talents for my shoot. Okay, that time already I started this company, Brandchat Asia, and I wanted a talent that has fresh face and also has a very nice persona. So actually I was looking everywhere on the street for this particular talent, and I met him at this petrol station. So, when you want to ask people for a number, right, you will feel, so challenging, especially it's a guy to guy. So I did it anyway because I feel that he's the right persona for that particular shoot. And I asked him, hey, mister, would you like to appear on my ad? This is my number. Did you believe me or not back then? Or have another agenda?
Let me think. That time that it was quite popular in Hong Kong that, a lot of these...
Prank.
Not prank, actually. Prank. A lot of these young girls, got cheated by...
okay.
This kind of approach, right?
All right.
So I thought, will I be the victim? But very obvious I'm a guy, not a girl, will I be a victim? So I was thinking about that as well.
But you gave me a number anyway.
Yeah, I gave you a number.
And I still remember he said this to me. He was like something like, 多謝你欣賞我 Thank you for.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, yes, you did.
Wow, okay.
So I was like, Sailor, did I send the wrong message or not? But thankfully, he became eventually the talent for the shoot, and the shoot was actually for a Yoast ad in Singapore. Okay, so for those who are interested to see this, right, it's actually on his profile.
Oh, you didn't bring it today, right?
No, not yet. And then he was perfect for the shoot. He was acting as the man in the family. Okay, so that's how I met him. That's how I met him.
That was a bit of not really a compliment to me, you know, because I
really?
still recall that I'm still on my early 30s. I think 31 or 32 years old. But I had to act like a very mature.
Yeah. He had to. Yeah. Okay lah, young family guy, young family man.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those who are interested, go and see his profile. And the reason why we are here today, let me do a little bit introduction. So for those who doesn't know me yet, so my name is Ian Lai. I have been in the industry for 22 years, in the creative industry, serving people who are from Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, Indonesia, and helping people define their wow factor in their brand. Whether it's a company brand, it's a product brand, or even it's your personal brand. And today we're very glad to have this special guest to bounce some ideas about personal branding and how important it is towards financial planners, okay, financial professionals, and then to get the best out of it. So they are preparing for something right now. The idea is that we're gonna spend some 1 hour of the time over here. And I will be asking most of the questions since Edwin is my guest, and he will be asking back some questions as well. So we're going to make it a conversation, make it a dialogue, and at the end, we're going to be giving you some freebies just to thank you for joining us for this particular session. So for those who haven't get to meet Edwin yet, let me just pass on the mic, the floor, or whatever you call it, to Edwin. Edwin, tell us what you do. And what is it that you're going to share with us today?
Okay. Hi, thanks Ian. Thank you very much. Glad to meet some of the new faces over here. So I'm actually, my profession is a salesman. I will put myself salesman. Okay, I'm a marketing person. I'm currently working for an established asset management company as the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of the company. So my forte is on the investments, so I've been appearing in quite a number of investment talks that probably some of you could have met me before, even if you have attended some of the banks event or some of the public speaking talk.
Okay, so you're ready for the drilling, huh? So I will be the one starting the questions. Okay, I'm sure he's ready. Like,
okay.
He's born to do this. Okay,
but we're not going to talk about investment today, right? Not very much about investment.
No, not so much. But a little tips at the end for the year 2020 and 21. Okay,
sure.
Just simple look up for everyone. So now, first question that I want to ask you. So what do you think is in... Okay. The first question I'm going to ask you is that when you invest in a company, do you look at the company branding as an important part?
Yes and no. The answer is yes and no, right? Yes is that, you know, the branding actually really don't give you a doubt about the products or the services offered by the company. I got a very good example. For those people who knows me, I'm actually a very strong supporter for Huawei.
Oh, okay.
All right, Huawei.
Oh, yeah. Huawei
So,
product,
I mean, if you talk about like, you know, my first Huawei gadget is Mate 8. So today we are talking about Mate 40. So you can imagine how long I've been using Huawei.
Okay.
So back then, you know, when I was introduced to Huawei, I was like, what's that? You know, what's that? So there's a little bit of disbelief about, you know, the kind of phone that I'm going to use.
Is it like what, made in China?
Yeah, it's made in China perception. Back then, you know, I was talking like what, eight years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So made in China, you know very well the product is probably last you a year back then, right? You buy a DVD player, also lasts you for a year, right? So subsequently, then after using, not bad, what? You know, and the Mate 8 is still using. I'm still using the Mate 8. I mean, my mum is still using my Mate 8 today. So it's still functioning after 8 years. Imagine that. So it was like so good.
Yeah.
So, but today, if I tell you that, you know, the award is going to be Mate 80, everyone's going to open up their eyes, right?
Yep.
So that's what the importance of branding.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes to the product quality, when they introduce certain new products, you don't have doubt about the product. Let's say, a new company, let's say when a company that is coming up with new products, technically the revenue will fly high, right? Yep. When you have a new product, you fly highs. So, but if you are coming from a brand that nobody knows, right? So there's a new product, where you have doubt whether you flies.
Correct.
But when it comes to a brand that's really established, then you don't have to doubt about that. So that is quite important. But today I'm just using Huawei as an example. The reason why is because I'm not doing stock recommendation today. So Huawei is not listed, so you can't buy Huawei, right? So it's just an example that I'm using today.
Yeah, that's why having the perception that your company actually has a lot of good product, good quality, and has been established for a number of years. That also gives this company an advantage for people to see that whether it's a right fit for your investment.
True.
Thank you so much for that particular answer. Thank you so much. So in return, you're going to ask me something?
Okay, let's ask this question. I was been thinking about this question. Since the MCO started, we have been doing a lot of things at home, work from home. That's quite common. And we do, let's say you do a lot of public speaking, then you dress up very nicely today. You're going to dress up very nicely on the top.
On the top.
Right.
So that's called semi-formal, right? Formal on the top.
That's what I always thought, because you see all those pictures that people showing you that in the social media that people wearing so formal on top and at the bottom is just shorts, So, do you suggest? Do you agree that we should do a semi-formal?
Okay.
That's good when you are doing, let's say, a public event or even having a meeting. Just dress up nicely. But today we are not bad, okay? We are still wearing jeans, right? We are still wearing jeans. Okay, full on, okay? So we are not half, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So to answer that question, I do give a lot of sessions in terms of how you can improve on your personal branding, enhance on your personal image, especially on Zoom call virtually, right? Because whatever situation that you are on, you are still working, you are still professional. It's just that you don't need to travel to the office, you don't need to go to somewhere which is public to do it. So still carry that in your mind whenever you need to be appearing on online and offline. So this is the first idea that I need to have. Always have an idea to whether you are helping the company or the brand to actually enhance the brand, or at least maintain its status, if not enhancing it. So think about every now and then when you see someone, when you are facing your clients, you are facing prospect, do you carry that kind of a persona as per what your company has set for you? I'm sure that some companies, they have their style guide, they have their grooming guide, okay? Whether you can follow or not, this is number one. Number two is that whoever that you are meeting, for instance, I did one session whereby it's back to back, okay? Morning, I was doing with some corporate clients. I have to be in my tie, okay? Semi-formal, also semi-formal. But right after the session, I have to address to a group of students, university students. So similarly, what did I do? I just simply dressed down, just take off my tie, so to appear to them that this guy is not
no up back, no so
yeah,
and that's what I'm not sure about youngers, younger peoples, I mean, probably you can reply in the chat, probably give us a bit of tips. Do you look us like apek, as apek, right? if I were to wear a tie and full dress code, in front of you, would you feel that I look like apek, or you prefer me to be more chill kind of thing?
Type 1, if you would like us to be more professional, more formal. Type number 2, if you think that, this is just okay lah, maybe with t-shirt inside, or just dress down a little bit, okay? One or two. Then we'll look at the answers, We'll look at the answers for that. So another thing that I want to add on is that you also have to see the occasion. Now we do Zoom virtual thing in many occasions. I'm not sure whether I've been to Zoom parties, Zoom birthday parties and such.
I heard about it, but I've not tried.
Yeah, and some they even involve alcohol. Okay, some DJ and all that. Have you attended something like this? Yes or no? Yeah, you have, huh? So for those, of course, you don't want to go in like you're a senior manager or someone, right? You want to be dressing down a little bit. So I think finding the right clothing, the right image for the right occasion, that could also enhance your overall personal brand as well.
But I heard lately, you know, there are people starting to design for the New Year Eve gathering. Tuning fun.
Tuning fun.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, looking at the number of cases that we have now, you know, it might not really have you know, a really family get together, you know, for
maybe
Chinese
virtual.
New Year. Virtual probably, you know, and I heard people are starting to do about, you know, think about ideas how to do virtual family gathering.
Low sang and all that.
Yeah, low sang and all that. But I really want to, I'm looking forward to for that. But honestly, of course, face to face is better. Yeah. But if really have to be locked down, you know, I'm looking forward to see what is the innovations coming from that.
Just happen that happens. Do you want to be talking to your parents from, you know, 100, 200 km, 500 km away with a very sloppy look? No, right? On day one itself, you still want to dress up as if it's the real intro. It's just that, you know, maybe physically we cannot be together. So same goes for working, same goes for, I think, for private, for pleasure as well. Okay, so I think that should be it. And I have a second question for you, Evan. So, is personal branding important for financial professionals? Or you look at more of the company brand, you don't look at the person per se?
Wow, you really put me on the spot. Okay, why am I saying so is because it is very much depends. Based on, okay, this is my perceptions, based on my perceptions. If a financial professional that is coming from, let's say, a very big financial organization, let's say for instance, a bank, all right? Obviously the bank will always come first. You know, people trust the bank first before come to you, right? But there are also occasions that what I see it personally from my eyes is that, you know, if the person has been very close to the customers for many years, you know, then of course that person also carry weight on that. And that applies to big financial organizations. But when you're talking about those up and coming financial institutions, like for instance, financial advisors, companies, then yes, of course, the person himself, the branding of the person itself is very important. So it depends on, you know, which organizations that we're talking about. That's a very, very profound answer. And to look at the chat right now, on my side, there are some friends who came in already. Hello, Elizabeth Hall. She mentioned something like, "Hi, Apet Edwin." Whether she prefer you to be the professional look or what? Do I really look Apet today?
And we have May and we have Felix. Oh, Felix, amazing production. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. All right, that's quite an interesting.
Okay, I'm going to hunt her down, right? Elizabeth, whoa, okay, like what Uncle Roger said, I'm going to hunt you down. Hello, niece Elizabeth.
Okay, so you have a question for me?
Okay. It's time for me to ask you some questions as well. And let me think. Okay. Typically, tell me about, you know, the experience on how do you manage between. Okay, we are actually in the twilight zone today. Why am I saying we're in the twilight zone? We are old, but we are not very old. All right. When we say we are young, we are not very young. All right. I mean, our friends over here are all younger than us. All right, far younger than us. So, you know, when you talk to more older people, I mean, our generation, probably we call ourselves Gen X, right? We're still acceptable when you dress up a bit more chill, right? But when it comes to when you see a senior, right? Then you got to be really dress up more official in a manner, more official in a manner. Let's say, for instance, today, I think I can accept if you have a torn jeans, I'm okay. But to certain older people, they say, you're so poor. No money to buy jeans.
I heard about that.
Yes, that right?
In real life.
And then today the younger people also like to wear jeans like what, 3/4, you know, you purposely sleeve it up, right? So I want to try that. But somehow, when I tried that, you know, when I look at the mirror, I say,
it's either a long pants that is too short or a short pants that is too long.
I felt myself as a fisherman. So you have those more elderly, more senior people who are not able to accept, you know, the kind. So how do you think that, you know, people like us, should dress up. Let's say you are meeting. Let's say today you do a public event. You will not know who will be the audience, right?
Okay.
So if you dress too formal, you appeal to the older people, but the younger people will feel up again,
Okay.
So Uncle Edwin here,
It's a very good question. In fact, we have some image consultant here. So Elizabeth, if you're still online, you can type in your comment here. So what do I normally do is that I would, of course, ask the organizer. So predominantly, who are the people who would come? Are they like the CEOs? Are they like the managers? So, and what kind of occasion is that? If we're talking to like a daytime event, okay, it is a serious business one, of course, I would normally dress, try to overdress first. Okay, overdress, as in the way that I'm this full suit with tie and such. Because if you overdress, you can go
undress.
You can over and okay. If you cannot go underdressed, and then you want to like go back to the level, so it's very hard to do that. So if you overdress, you can simply take off your tie.
Okay.
Right, or you remove some accessories just to show that it's not too like business-like and all that. If you are really underdressed, there's pretty much nothing you can do. Perhaps go rush to the shopping mall next door and grab a suit. That's too late already. So for guys, right, I think it's always nice to have a spare suit in your boot. So because you do not know in what situation. Let's say you are meeting some clients now. 1 hour later, some client is expecting to meet you, like maybe 15 minutes away from here. Driving distance. So what do? Just simply put on your suit. You will not look so out of place. Okay. Because I have my own experience like this. I was running a training, and then I went to this learning session. Okay, I forget what is it already. And then at the end of the learning session, there's this round table where everyone has to stand up and introduce themselves. So I stood up and I mentioned, "Hi, my name is Ian, and I'm a branding coach." So I saw someone really did this. They scanned me from top to bottom, as if that, sure or not.
No, a guy or girl? Guy or girl?
I think it's a lady.
It's a lady.
But my wife was there. My wife was there. So this experience told me that what if I was to dress down, not well prepared for myself, right? What could happen? Okay, maybe the confidence level is already dropped, like drastically, and there was someone there who eventually became my client. So from this experience, I can say that it's always nice to have the idea that, okay, be prepared. And it's always nice to overdress so you can dress down. Okay. If you underdress, then it's too bad already. You do not know what to do already. Okay, you simply can't help it already. So that would be my suggestion to that.
Okay.
So look at the audience, then fine tune on the spot, and you still have time to do it, lah.
Okay.
I hope you answered that question.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's my turn. Okay, this is going to be a challenging one.
Okay.
So, are you seeing financial professional utilizing social media, to promote themselves or their services? I know that, now before, those who've never seen Edwin's video, go on to his YouTube channel. He's run this very amazing YouTube channel. I will speak about financial tips. Okay, it's called 41分钟, mainly on Cantonese. Okay, so to come back to you, the question, you are doing it already. So do you see that this trend will carry through the financial professionals?
Again, it's just a no question answer. The reason why I'm saying that is because when we come up with these productions of this 41分钟, there are English in there as well. I will also take up some of my video clips when I do a public event, we cut a bit into English. Yes and no. But the setback that I'm seeing for financial video is that people will be easily get fatigued.
The viewers, you mean?
The viewers, yeah. So I will also see that there will be a viewership starting to drop, if there's no significant topic that you're talking about. Let's say, for instance, at one point of time I was talking about COVID-19. It was a very hot topic early part of the year. So you see a spike in that, Then subsequently, and when I'm starting to talk about healthcare related issue, good view. And then it comes to US presidential election, viewership even better.
Okay.
But subsequently, when it comes to the second wave, third wave of the COVID-19, wow, the viewership drops a lot.
Okay.
So again, you know,
relevancy.
Yeah, the relevancy, you know, sometimes, but you think about it, hey, COVID-19, third wave, second wave, is still ongoing, right? It's relevant to you, but people probably just fatigue about the issue, you know, about investment debt.
Yeah.
So again, it's not easy to find a sweet spot to. I mean, it's still on a very testing ground. We're still testing it out, keep trying out. Yeah. So that is the challenges that we are facing now, and especially, you know, I think probably most of you can actually type your message whether it's true or not. To you, when you heard about, you know, this guy, let's say you date a guy, and you know your guy is, you know, he's working in the financial line. What is your first impression? Oh, boring guy, you know? Boring, you know. As compared, let's say, you know, this guy is like the Fast and Furious kind of person, you know. Would you felt that, oh, he's more interesting? There are a lot of things from him compared to the financial guy. Would you? Yeah.
All right.
So one yes, two is no.
So type a yes if you would like the first one is the boring one.
When you look at the financial person, right? You date a financial guy. Would you think that he is boring? The first impression, you think it's boring?
First impression, is it boring? Type an A.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you think that you would prefer the Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, put B lah.
Okay. So which one you prefer, the boring one or the other one? But I think it's a very good topic to talk about, because I believe that like myself, being a prospect I would also like to see if this person were to engage, were to approach me, if there's like 5 of you approaching me, and one of you you have some content, you show your expertise, and you're willing to go all in and produce some contents to add more value to yourself and to the viewers, I would pay more attention to you. Buying or not can be a very subjective thing, but you do have an advantage over the others which are very experienced in their line, but seldom have presence, you know, online. Because nowadays it's very easy even when you go look for a plumber, you would sure go online and look for one, not going back to the old road, yellow pages and all, right?
Do we still have yellow pages now?
Online.
No more the book, right? That you can.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Redundant already. So the thing is that having the presence, if they were to Google about you, now there's a stats that's saying that 70% of people that you are meeting, whether it's the person that you are hiring or that the boss that you plan to work for, the date that you plan to go after, they would Google you first. And if they happen not to find anything about you, and they ponder upon someone that has it, then guess who can have the benefit? The entry, of course, is the one that has the content, right? So let's not neglect about this. Asian I believe that there is a saying that there's 2 things about branding I would say that. One thing is that you always strive on to become the best in your industry. That's what you do every day. The second thing is that, do you say anything about that? Do you actually spend time to actually tell people about that? The second one could be a little less. Don't you think so, Edwin?
I don't know. Probably my generations, we don't do that. So still depends on instinct rather than, you know, you Google and do a research about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Correct.
All right. So right now I have another one for you.
Wow.
And this is going to be nice.
Okay.
Okay. So now we talk about how you can dress up, how you can carry yourself as a personal brand. So tell me your experience of dressing up in Malaysia while facing your client, your prospect. Is it more advantageous for you to do that?
Okay. A little bit story here. Back about, I think, 15 years ago. You know, back then, I'm still in this line. I was in this line. So when we had event, people don't used to wear a jacket over it. People don't used to wear a jacket. Okay. So when you wear a jacket, you know, you're being seen like you a bit outward. You're a bit overdressed, you know, like you are like showing off. Action kind of thing, right? Back then. So I still recall, you know, the time I managed to work. I mean, I was working with one of the partnership with one of the international fund house that coming from Hong Kong, one coming from Taiwan. Okay. So when I met up with them, you know, but they have been wearing jacket. So, you know, back then, you know, there's always a talk, hey, Malaysia so hot lah. Why you wear a jacket? You know, back then there was always an impression. Why you wear a jacket when it's so hot here?
So it's also hot here. We also wear jacket.
Okay lah. Okay, there's a bit of aircon now. So back then, you know, when people ask, then what happened is when I saw my two partners, you know, Hong Kong and Taiwan, they've been wearing jacket.
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia, because they're coming to a roadshow with us. So I felt, okay, isn't it looks good, you know? But because, the reason why is because when I go to meet up with partners, to clients with these two partners, they've been wearing jacket and I was like, normal, you know, just a shirt with a tie. I felt that, okay, I am no place, I'm nowhere there, you know. So thereafter that, I'm trying to implement that to all my teams that, you know, when any public event, you should wear a jacket. We start with a public event first, we should wear a jacket. So, but of course, you got a lot of rejections back then. You know, a lot of people said, why you force me to do that, you know. But, well, 10 years down the road now, I think it's quite common. You can't go to, not to say public event, you can't meet a partner without a jacket now. Even in this kind of weather, right? So, I think things are evolving. So that's my experience. And of course, when you meet up with clients, like what you say, you know, you do not know who are going to meet up. If those are very senior people, you know, you really need to wear something that is more appealing to them, right? Or in a way, respect them, right? Yeah. So that's the thing.
You respect them. You show respect to them. You show respect to yourself, to the occasion. And if you happen to like wear a jacket and that person is very dressed down, what you're gonna do? Just take off your jacket. Okay, just immediately the situation, the whole energy could change, right? Yeah, I think that's a very good way also. That's a very good way also.
Okay, before that, let me ask you this question then. You're talking about this. That is something that is always my dilemma, right? I play badminton every Sunday. All right. And Sunday is, you know, is family time. You know, you like to chill. You like to wake up kind of late. You know, wake up later. Then you go for a brunch. So when I play badminton, it's like times like what 3 o'clock. I'll play. So 3 o'clock. So you don't expect me to wear, you know, a attire first, then, you know, then after the brunch you go home and change to a badminton attire. So normally I'll wear the badminton attire out, right? You know, badminton, you don't wear long pants, right? You just wear shorts, you know, shirts, and of course I don't wear the sneakers. I wear sandals. So what do you think? If let's say, you know me as my profession. Right, you know I'm a financial guy, you know, and when you bump into me on Sunday, see me having brunch, wearing like this, you know, compared to what you see me in events that wow, I'm fully dressed, you know. So, would you change your impression on me? Would that change your impression on me? Okay,
now for the records, we did bump into each other quite often. Quite often, That Pak Kopi, unfortunately closed down already, Sun Yun Lo, where are you, right? Okay, so
they're still around.
They're still around?
Yeah, the main one is still around.
The main one. Kota Damansara.
Yeah, that one closed.
Too bad. Okay, so I used to bump into him during Sundays also. Now, the question is that if you were to go for sports, leisure events and all that, do you need to dress up in case you bump into your prospect, your client? They would have, you know, different perspective towards you. I would say that no, okay? It's a Sunday, okay? We have to be logical, right, Wayne? You have to be thinking about, you have your life as well, right? Because we are not like, you know, influencers, Instagrammer, like you have to really 100% follow the dress code and whatnot. You have a life and you're going for sports. And it's very, very weird that you are wearing, you know, suit and all that onto... Then only you change into your gear.
I can't imagine they were wear like this going to Sun Yun Lo for Pak Kopi.
Because there's this image consultant did mention that if she were to go take out the trash, right? She will also make sure she put on makeup. Have you heard about that? Put on makeup that's what I heard. To go to the trash.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So okay, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but then we can balance up lah. Okay, we are not expecting paparazzi lah. Okay, clients, they will also understand. Okay, and clients sometimes they even dress down even more than you do. Okay, but my only question for Edwin is that why sandals on the badminton court and not the badminton shoes?
Okay. Typically
to me, that is not the normal dress code.
Quite commonly for badminton players, before we go to the court, we try not to wear the shoe. The reason why we're going to spoil, because badminton is very, very dependent on the grip of the shoe. The grip is very important. So when you keep walking on the roads, the rough road, you're going to spoil the grip. So which is typically we will wear a sandal, before you really go into the court. So like, for me, if I go for a brunch first before I go for the badminton, right? I mean, I cannot be wearing another sport shoes or walking shoes, then I'm going to change shoe. But let me share my experience with you. I was playing in Hong Kong. I went to Hong Kong to play friendly match.
Competition?
Yeah, competition, but not the international standard. Okay, so I played that.
Everything played.
So my Hong Kong colleagues was bringing me, from the hotel to the court. So then, of course, as usual, as Malaysian, right? So it's quite common, I wear a jacket because it's quite cold. Wear a jacket, wear a tracksuit, track bottom, but I wear sandals, right? The moment I step into MRT, the MTR. Okay, so everyone will look at you at one kind. Very obvious, it's not local. I said it's very, very obvious. I mean, obviously they will know I'm not. But it's true enough. When I was in the MTR, no one really wears sandals. Everyone would just wear a pair of shoes. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I hope Malaysia won't reach to that extent, that stage. Yeah. But that's what my experience is. So from there, I learned a bit. So the next round when I went there again, I gotta bring two shoes. When you pack your luggage, you put two pair of shoes in there. It's quite bulky, right? As compared to put the sandals. So that's the same.
Correct. Yeah. And jokes aside, I would add this one point. Even though entrepreneurs, some of them who are very, very established, they tend to dress down. But one thing for sure, they would always appear fresh. No matter in what outfit they are wearing, even the Gai Fong Zhong,
the singlet, pagoda shape, the singlet.
They will make sure their hair.
Are you sure that they are businessmen in KL wearing pagoda, singlet?
This is one thing we can control, We can control. Always appear fresh, always appear tidy. In whatever outfit that you want to put in, you want to put in your favorite movie, t-shirt.
Can I challenge you?
Sure.
Tomorrow I'll see you tomorrow in Sun Yun Long. You wear a singlet, pagoda singlet, with a shorts, and show me how you look fresh.
Okay.
Can he?
Okay, can. I'll take an Instagram photo and send to you. Oh, you do the same as well, huh? So everyone.
I can't. I have to learn from you, right? You do it first, then I will learn from you.
Right? Let's look out for tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a deal, huh? It's a deal. Okay, so coming to the next question, huh? Okay, this is going to be an important one because we are about 20 minutes to go. So for those who have been following us, thank you so much so far. Please do send in your questions and your comments. I see that Elizabeth has just added a question. Can I read that?
Yeah, sure.
So in my experience as an image consultant, it's always the persona, the confidence and air in you, that attracts rather than the tie that you wear. Okay, this one I definitely agree to that. Okay, very, very good comment. All right, so I'm going to ask you about, of course, being an investment expert here, we cannot simply end this session without asking this question. Okay, so where do you see the investment opportunity in 2021? Is it going all out to buy glove stocks? Is it going all out to buy pharmaceutical stocks? What is the trend going to be like?
Okay, a bit more serious now. I got to look a bit more serious now when I talk about investment. Hey, I think first thing, we are living in a very low interest rate environment. Okay, I think for many Malaysian, especially, I believe you have never seen that your fixed deposit rate is reaching to this level. less 2% or less than 2%
Yeah.
per annum. So, and on the other hand, I think you probably also heard that many governments across the world have been printing money, print money to stimulate the economy, or they call it fiat money, right? So when when money is being keep printed, what does it tell you is that the value of the money will definitely be dropping. The value of the money will drop. So, and how do you measure? How are you going to hedge the value of your money being dropped? You buy into something that is an asset. Okay. Right? I mean, of course, very good example here will be stocks, for example. You buy stocks, right? So, and on top of that, what we are also seeing the opportunity, because when so much money being printed into the world, money has to buy something. Money cannot just, government just print money and then they sit it idly. They can't. You have to buy something, all right? And when you buy something, means you buy assets. For example, you have to buy properties, all right? You have to buy stocks, you buy bonds, and many other assets. Gold, for another example, right? Property, I am not expert. I won't comment about property. But what we are seeing is that definitely there will be interest to buy stocks. I think it's more than like 15 years, I've never seen men on the street talking about stock market. Today, practically, if you walk into any kopitiam, you see every uncle, auntie was talking about stock. Right? That was happened, the last time I really recall these things happened was back in, I think, 1996. And some people not even born yet, I think, 1996.
That one is 大時代.
Yeah, that's 大時代, yeah, 丁蟹, right? So it was that, right?
Yeah, okay.
So that's the situation now. If you ask me about the investment opportunity in 2021, one of the things that I really like to look into is post-pandemic strategy. Post-pandemic. You see, during this particular year, okay, the sectors that really benefited and make a lot of money for investors are those pandemic play. And what are those pandemic play? Very obvious one is technology, right? Today, we are doing live. A year ago, this one is not so popular. But now it's so common, it's so popular, right?
It's essential already.
Yes, essential. And I believe most of the laptops, your tablets, your gadgets, you need to upgrade in order to match the speed, right? So these are the things that's happening. And technology did very well during pandemic. Another good example will be even during, if you still recall during the start of the lockdown everywhere in the world. What you also notice is that the number of accounts opening for Netflix spike up. Because cinema is closed. And a lot of people are locked down at home. You have nothing to do. You have no choice but to subscribe to all these accounts.
And the Disney Plus.
Correct.
The HBO,
all these things comes in, all right? So, but the challenges is that, will you be happy just have a Netflix account and you wouldn't go back to cinema?
To me, no.
To you, no. We are Gen X, okay? Ask the younger people.
I still
Will you satisfy with just having Netflix, Netflix or just Disney Plus? That's it. You won't go to cinema. Will
you okay with that?
No.
No, huh?
You still prefer cinema?
Yeah.
Okay, so which I'm not wrong.
Nowadays you go to cinema, no show.
No show lah. No show lah. Okay, of course. But eventually, when things are opening up, more shows are coming on live. You prefer to watch.
In fact, that's the thing that I miss the most of our normal life.
Correct. So which is something that I'm saying, when these things will have to come, these things will happen. Now that we are talking about vaccines, it's everywhere now, right? Eventually, you won't be surprised that, when everyone is vaccinated, the confidence are back, things will be back to normal. And obviously, these are the sectors that's been bashed down very badly. The entertainment industry, the cinema, the leisure, right? Shopping mall, this has been bashed down very badly. And that should stage a rebound. That will stage a rebound. The other thing that I like to talk about is airline, for example, travel, tourists. Okay, we have not been traveling, right, in the last 1 year. I believe all of us miss traveling.
Yeah, chuti Malaysia.
Yeah, but no kick lah, not enough kick lah, right? You still prefer Bangkok, right? At least, right? You're talking about. So I believe very well that the moment that everyone is vaccinated, you're comfortable to travel, it's no longer locked down, people will start flying. And today, nobody want to buy airlines because airline is doing very badly, right? Some can't even survive. So, but then they have to come back. Airline will have to come back because people like to travel, right? And this is where you're starting to do a bit of bottom fishing, and this will stage a rebound. Okay, and especially now that vaccines are already almost ready.
Almost
yeah,
ready.
they're ready. I mean, everyone is ready. Yeah, almost ready. So these things are going to come back, and this will be the opportunity. Yes, today you want to buy things like technologies, all these things. Yes, you can still buy. There's still a future for it. But then again, you are not buying at the low. You are really buying at the high. Of course, I won't deny it could keep going higher. But then, why not take the opportunity to buy something that is still very low?
But the thing is that we don't know when. Is it now, later, next year? When?
I think now I won't. I think you should start to position a bit. Starting to position a bit. At least 20% of your portfolio you should put in. Okay. Let's say you have 100,000 to invest into this strategy, the post-pandemic strategies. Okay. You put 20%. Okay. So every month you put 20%. By the time you reach to your 5th month, you should have hit the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the strategy. Definitely, I think fixed deposit is no longer holding cash is no longer an option now, because the inflation is going to kill the value of the money.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So at less than 2% interest rate, you are not going to able to hedge against the inflation.
That's why a lot of players are coming in with better plans than the FD.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. Okay. So that's the strategies. I mean, in short.
In short. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for the insight. So we have about, 15 minutes to go.
Okay.
So, questions, please feel free to come in. If not, we will just... I did prepare a lot more for Edwin. So I can carry on to goring him a little bit while we are waiting for the questions to come. Oops. Man.
Let me see my side have any questions.
I'm sure you do, right? I have here some questions to ask. Oh, okay, I have questions here. Now, this is from a friend. Okay. Oh, okay, this is from a friend from the same industry as you. So he is asking, what is the most typical challenges of financial professionals in branding themselves?
Wow, challenges in branding themselves.
Thank you for the question.
Any tips?
Challenges as in maybe, I don't know, lack of content.
I think challenges for any financial professional. Okay, financial is typically about trust. Yep. About trust. Not only on the products that you're going to introduce, but also the person. Because you're going to handle people's money. Yep. All right? Although the regulators are making it very safe to invest anything that's approved by the regulator in Malaysia, but then you will still you're still going to expose your wealth to a third party, right? And a lot of people are still not comfortable on that. Okay. So for financial professional, I think first thing is that building the trust, consistency, building the trust. And the other thing is that when I say consistency, it means also that by having working for a same company for at least a certain number of years will create the trust better. We create the trust better. Okay, because
the investor will see this as a guideline.
It's a form of trust that when I come to this institution, I know this person is there. So and this person represents. If you keep hopping around, after 1 year or a few months, you keep hopping around. So how am I going to entrust you?
But how would the investor find out about this?
Because investors somehow they still like to appear to the. Okay, let's say put a bank as example. Investors still like to go to the bank, right? Yeah. Especially the more senior investors like to go to the bank. So today I walk in the bank, I see you, right? Okay, I entrusted you, I put some investment with you, but 6 months later, you're telling me that you are leaving to another bank. Okay, probably the first time I'll follow you. Okay, I just go to another bank. But with the other bank,
not stick to the bank, but follow this person.
Correct. And then after 6 months later, from the other bank, you say you're moving to another bank. So it will create a fatigue feeling for the investor, and they will distrust. You will create a distrust over there. So by sticking to a same institution, I think is also quite crucial. Yeah, quite important to build the trust. Before the investors see you as the value added person that they want to talk to. So I think that is the very important thing. So it doesn't come overnight. It needs years to be built. And that's also the reason why I most of the time I see a lot of so-called the top relationship managers or the top financial professionals in any company. Those are the people normally has been stick with the same company for, I mean the salespeople, yeah. I'm talking about salespeople.
Benchmark 5 years, 10 years, 15, or like you, what?
Or at least 5 years, you know, in the same company. I think that is where they hit the top. Yeah,
No,
that's what I felt. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the challenges that they face. So when it comes to branding, it's all about building trust. I do
Correct.
agree with Edwin as well.
Yep.
People need to, of course, know you. They need to like you. They need to trust you before they start investing in you, because it's their hard-earned money, and one
Correct.
mistake could be fatal to their overall portfolio.
True.
And to their confidence as well, right? Whether to dive in the next time when they see opportunity or not.
True.
Yeah, so it's a very, very important thing. So always keep on adding more trust to the people that you're working with, giving more values, and also giving more insights, perhaps to educate them, to give them some new ideas on where is it that this thing is heading. Okay, where's the trend heading, rather than buy from me, sell, that kind of thing. Okay, that's why Edwin is a very good educator as well. I would think through his video, I also managed to pick up a lot of good points, which later on I will share with you the YouTuber. So make sure you take a look at his channel. There's a lot of great insight, and especially the mostly is in Cantonese, right?
Mostly in Cantonese, yeah.
It's called the 41分鐘 lah. And if you can find him, you can switch to the screen later on. It will show you what is the YouTube, and then you can scan the QR code. Okay, so for those who are looking at the screen right now, later on the QR code will come out. So let me do the magic.
Okay.
Oh, it's out here already.
It's out, right?
So
it's
now the one on my back and my
how
back,
should I do it? Okay.
it's actually my Facebook page, and the one on Edwin's back is his QR code. Edwin, don't move.
Okay, I don't move.
Okay, you can either scan here, or later on I also type in the chat. I can also type in right now. Yeah, okay, I can also type in right now.
Hey,
So-
Elizabeth want to be your judge, lah. So make sure tomorrow you wear a singlet.
Okay,
yeah,
it's a
in the
what?
kopitiam.
It's a singlet off.
Yeah, singlet off. Hey, thinking about it, I also thought about a prank, that you might want to do.
Okay, what
Yeah.
prank is that?
Huh? How you meet me? Probably want to do a similar thing to anyone who went to the petrol station.
Wow, this will create a lot of, hopefully not a lot of problems out there. People getting bashed and all that. Okay, so Edwin's Facebook page. Okay, just give me one moment so I can put it. If not, you can just scan on the QR code, or you can actually snap it first, and then I'll post it on the page itself. Okay, so thank you so much, Edwin. We have about 7 more minutes to wrap up. So for those who have questions, please feel free to send in. And if not, I would also tell you about the things that I would be giving out for free. So first of all, let's go to Edwin's Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook. The YouTube channel. The YouTube channel that Edwin has. Okay. The YouTube channel that Edwin has. So go on there and look for him. He has a lot of great content for you. It's called Edwin Lee. His his YouTube channel name, and also the title is 41分鐘 41分鐘 in Cantonese. Okay, a lot of great insight over there. Okay, so can you please switch to the screen? This is the one. This is the one, okay?
Oh, okay.
So look for his, okay, let me just bring this down first. Now you can see. Okay, go for YouTube, Edwin Lee, and go search for him. There are a lot of interesting insight over there when it comes to investment. Okay, and I also have something to share with you since you stay on to this very last moment, to thank you for coming over to take a look at this particular Facebook Live. I also prepared something for you, which is my 5 tips on how you can brand yourself online and offline. Okay, so this is my tips here. And again, go scan this QR code here, or you can just type in personalbranding.asia/free tips, whichever is easier for you. Okay, so you could also tap in the link after that, so you can all take a look. and it's such a nice experience talking to him. We haven't met in person for many years already. We haven't bumped into each other as often already because I've moved to another place right now, and knowing Edwin, he's such a professional, and I like following his content. He always gives some very interesting insight to us. So I hope that every one of you would have taken home one or two very nice insight from him and from this session overall. Okay, so Edwin, any last tips for our viewers here? What are the things that they should look out for in terms of investment, or how do you prepare yourself as a financial professional, please?
I think like what Ian has said, branding is very important, especially in the line that we are in, that is very much on trust, okay, the trust. And the key thing that I've learned in the last almost 20 years in this industry is that never shy away from your investors when things are not doing well. I mean, today, no one is a god, all right? We do not know. Whatever we can do is just a forecast. And we might be right or we might be wrong. And sometimes I would say I could also be wrong, right? But the most important thing is that what we did is that, we face it. Even that we have made a wrong call, we face it. But I will also explain to you why do I make such call, right? Okay. So the key important is that I know when things are not doing well, the market crash, investors will definitely give you a long face, pulling a long face to you, give you a hard time, scolding you.
It appears longer on social media or on Zoom call.
Yeah. So the key thing is that keep engaging them, hold their hands.
Even though things could go wrong.
Go wrong. You hold their hands, and they will appreciate. They will appreciate when things come back. Yeah, rather than shy away. When things come back, then only see them. I think the distrust will happen by then. So it's rather better that you keep facing them, even though they're scolding you. But then
it's better you call them.
Yeah, better you call them rather than they call you.
They call you.
Correct.
So tell them exactly what is happening, what could happen later on.
Yep.
Maybe give them some new strategies and all that. Follow-up can help to build the trust. Or rebuild the trust if it's not there already.
Right, agreed.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Even it's not just for financial professionals. I think it's for even creative guys like us, okay? So every now and then, clients also would need help from you. They could be facing challenges that could use your suggestion, your input to take them out of the situation that they are in right now. So we have about 3 more minutes to go. It's such a wonderful session with Edwin. So go on and check out his YouTube channel, his Facebook page, and also my Facebook page. There is the QR code that at the back of us. Okay, scan it. And I'm very, very happy that we are almost towards the end. Today is a very, very important session that we did it at Wayne's studio. Wayne has been such a wonderful guy, supportive guy from the time we did the live and physical session at the insurance agency, and also today in his studio. Okay, you can see that all of this setup is very, very well prepared. Thank you to your team, Wayne. And also for everyone who have joined us, to have gone until this very, very last moment. I know that 2021 is going to be a challenging year, yes, but still there are a lot of people who have made significant growth, okay, in 2020 alone. Maybe significant is not the right word. They have done like exponential growth through the change of mindset, through the change of attitude, and by learning one new skill or two. Even myself, I did also learn something that I've never done before, and I did publish my own online course as well. So it's also due to the pandemic. It pushes to do something that
to an extreme.
We dare not want to attempt, or that we were in the comfort zone. So if you think about, if you happen to be in that situation, okay, take a look at what Edwin has mentioned. Okay, go back to your client, talk to them, build trust. Okay, utilize social media, and also put yourself back into your audience mind again to show that you care for them, and in return they will also care for you. All right, so thank you so much for coming. We have reached the final single minute here, and it's my great pleasure to have Edwin, and I look forward to see more of you in the future session, and we hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful finish to the year 2021, and we look forward to see you in the next Brand Chat.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
This is Ian Lai signing off, your branding coach, and Edwin.
Thank you. Thank you. See you. Thanks, Ian.
All right.
Hey, thank you.
So much.
Bye.